Well, happy hump day to you. Chris Hare here, the Crypto Cowboy, bringing you an update on Cardano ADA. I've had a few requests for this, and I actually was going to turn this out on Friday until the giant dump. And I wanted to let this thing put on some structure, kind of understand where we're going from there. And I think we've got enough now that I can give you a pretty good understanding of where we're going and what our options are. So if you're enjoying these videos, like it, hit the subscribe, tap that bell notification. You'll get updates as soon as we drop a video. And if you don't mind, leave us a comment. Tell us what's going on in your day to day. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and I just love hearing from you guys, honestly. But I need to remind you, these videos are not for financial advice. They're for entertainment and educational purposes only. Use caution when trading crypto. You could lose all of your money. All right, we're going to start off with a liquidation heat map, kind of get an idea of where the market makers are going with this thing. As you know, they like to chase for liquidity, and right now we're right in the middle of some pretty big pockets. For something like this, I'm not prepared to trade it, but I feel like there's optimism here with all the liquidations to the top side. You can see down to about 52 cents. We've got about $16 million in liquidations, and all the way up around 87 cents, we've got about 27 million. So there's a little bit of an imbalance here. If you pulled that all the way down, it's about 22 million. That's why I kind of think we're in the middle here. But let's go into the charts. Let's get a better idea of what's going on. All right, here we are on the daily. You can see that awful wick. I can't believe we went down 26 cents. Horrible, absolutely bloody. And then we just shot back up in the same move, all the way back up. I use these trends because the charts respect them. They kind of stay in between them. And you see we came right back up and reclaim it. Totally manipulated move. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Really disappointing. But I think there's hope. You can see we didn't quite touch our golden zone. And here's the 200 moving average. This takes a 200 candles and puts us a fluid moving average on the chart, and it works as good support and resistance. We've also got the 50 moving average right up in that golden zone. This takes 50 candles and puts us a fluid line. So rather than horizontal resistances, this gives us a fluid resistance that's moving up and down for support or resistance. Now we are pulling down here a little bit, but we've got these trend lines. I put this trend line here because we lost it, but we jumped right back up and reclaimed it. So we may be looking for a bounce somewhere around 62 cents. We'll get into the 4-hour chart. That'll give you a better idea. Go ahead and adjust this here. But yeah, you can see we're in our golden zone on the 4-hour, our lower golden zone. It's came down once, it retested, but what you can notice here, we've put in a higher high, a higher low, a higher low. We have put in a lower low or lower high, but what I would expect is some kind of retest right here around the bottom and maybe a bounce up. If we lose that, our next stop's going to be 62 cents. And if we fall out of this channel again, these trend lines that I was talking about, then we've got bigger issues, and that'll be a whole other conversation. You can see it's trying to put in a little bit of a head and shoulders here. And I have a love-hate with these things because they're tradable either way. What happens a lot of times is it'll come down and it'll put in this right shoulder, and then there should be a trend that runs right along here. They either lose this trend and they fall the amount from the bottom of here to the top of here, or they use them for strong support and we take off to the upside. You can see the 50 moving average is still sitting here around 76 cents in our upper golden zone. That was the bigger box is our daily. This is our 4-hour golden zone, somewhere around 81 cents. What I would like to see before taking this trade is I would like to see us reclaim this 4-hour 50 along with that daily, and then we can think about a trade. This is a 50 standard moving average, so I just use it as a reference sometime because the smooth is usually lower, but it gives me a good idea of where another resistance point might be. So if we bounce, we're looking somewhere north. 79 cents to 83 cents would be our first stop. After that, you're looking at 97 cents to $1.06. And we looked at the upper targets on the daily chart. So these are more shorter term. This is a really nice swing if it plays out. But like I said, let's be patient on these. There's a lot of chop going on, and I just don't like trading chop. If we can set in a lower high or a higher low here, then I'm pretty optimistic on a move up. That would be a wave one in what they call Elliott wave theory, but that's pretty complex. Not going to get into it tonight. But I think we've got a couple of places that we can bounce from here. We can bounce at 66 cents. and we can bounce at 62 cents. There's pretty strong supports both places. So let's just wait on this move. Let's see what's going to work out. It may take a day or two, but if you're not trading and you're right, you're not losing money. If you're trading and you're wrong, you're losing money. And that's the whole goal, is we're trying to protect our capital here. So I don't mind being patient. I'm going to wait on the bigger move. I don't want to trade small little jumps or something from here to here that could reverse in any moment. I want something bullish that's going to retest these 50s, put us on the strong side of this move, and then we can trade it. We don't need the whole move, guys. We just need the profitable move. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on with ADA. Kind of a mess still. We're still kind of ranging, but I think there's optimism here. I'm not as bearish as I was even yesterday or the day before. Things are kind of starting to put in some structure that I like. So we're going to start watching close here. I think there's going to be some opportunities for longs, and there may not be. And if there's not, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to trade silly trades that are going to get you wrecked. I'm waiting for that opportunity to jump on a solid, strong trade that's going to make us profitable. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think of the video. If there's something you would like chart, let me know. Put it in the comments. I'll see that if we can't get it on a future video. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Stop talking. I've talked enough already. Chris Hare, the Crypto Cowboy. Thanks so much for watching.